Have you ever had a woman tell you she wants one thing, then consistently choose the exact opposite? She tells you she wants someone who cares, someone consistent, someone who shows up. So you become exactly that. You text her, you make plans, you listen, you remember what matters to her. She says you're different. She says you're what she's been looking for. Then something shifts. Her responses get shorter. She cancels plans. She's always busy. And then you see it. She's with some guy who clearly doesn't give a damn about her, and she's happier than she ever was with you. You're not going crazy, and she's not lying on purpose. Here's what's really happening. Everything you've been told about understanding women, including what women tell themselves, is a beautiful lie. Tonight we're going behind the conscious mind to explore the hidden psychological forces that even women can't control. What if women's minds are running a completely different program than what they're telling you? What if there are hidden forces controlling their attraction that they don't even know exist? By the end of this journey, that confusing woman who says one thing but does another will finally make sense. Not as someone to decode or manipulate, but as someone whose deepest psychological reality you finally understand. She's still going to say she wants communication and kindness, but now you'll understand the deeper language being spoken beneath those words. Let's begin. Here's something that's going to make you uncomfortable. That woman who told you she wanted someone who cares, someone consistent, someone who shows up. She wasn't lying, but she was telling you a beautiful lie that even she believes. Listen to this. Scientists looked at thousands of dating profiles. Women wrote they wanted nice, funny guys who talked to them. But who did they actually message? The jerks, the players, the guys who clearly didn't give a damn. Here's the crazy part. When researchers showed these women their own messaging history, they couldn't explain it. They looked at their phones like someone else had been using them. This isn't about women being fake. This is about something way more interesting. Your brain works on two levels. There's the part that thinks it knows what you want, and there's the deeper part that actually controls what you do. Think about your own life. How many times have you done something that made no sense? You say you want to get in shape, but you order pizza at midnight. You want to save money, but you buy stuff you don't need. The difference is, in dating, this split messes up entire relationships. When she says she wants someone who listens, that's her thinking brain talking. But her deeper brain? It's looking for something completely different. Nietzsche called this watching what people do instead of listening to what they say. And the gap is huge. So huge that researchers can predict who someone will date better than that person can. So what's really going on in her mind? What's that deeper part actually looking for? That's what we're about to find out. Because once you get this, everything about women finally makes sense. Remember that beautiful lie we just uncovered? Well, it gets deeper. Because while her thinking mind is telling you what she wants, her deeper mind is already running tests on you. Tests she doesn't even know she's doing. Here's what's really happening. Every woman you meet is secretly checking you out for strength, reliability, and how you handle emotions. And it's happening whether she knows it or not. Think about the last time a woman seemed to create unnecessary drama early in a relationship. Maybe she cancelled plans last minute to see how you'd react. Or she mentioned her ex just to watch your response. You probably thought she was being difficult. Wrong. She was testing. There are two types of tests. Sometimes she does it on purpose, teasing you or giving you challenges to see how you handle it. But here's the crazy part. Most of the time, she has no idea she's doing it. It's like her brain has an automatic program running in the background, checking if you're actually as strong as you seem. Women do this because way back in history, picking the wrong guy could mean death for her and her kids. So her brain creates little situations to see how you handle stress. if you stay cool under pressure, and if you can take charge when things get messy. Here's where it gets really interesting. Scientists studied thousands of early relationships and found something clear. Women preferred guys who passed these tests with confidence and stayed calm. But the guys who got mad about being tested? They failed before they even knew what was happening. Remember those nice guys we talked about earlier, who couldn't figure out why talking more didn't work? They were trying to solve emotional tests with logic. It's like bringing a calculator to a swimming race. Wrong tool, wrong game. So when she seems unreasonable or starts conflict out of nowhere, she's not being difficult. She's running a check that's been built into women for thousands of years. The question is, are you going to pass or fail a test you didn't even know you were taking? Because understanding these hidden checks, that's when the real game begins. So we've established that women are secretly testing you. But here's the part that's going to blow your mind. What they're actually testing for is the exact opposite of what they say they want. Remember those tests we just talked about? Well, Nietzsche reveals something shocking. Women consistently choose men who display dark triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Women consistently choose men who are a little selfish, a little manipulative, and emotionally distant. Not the dangerous, crazy kind, but just enough of these traits to show dominance and emotional strength. Think about every bad boy you've seen women chase. The guy who's a little selfish, plays some games, and doesn't get emotional. Women rate these men as significantly more attractive for short-term relationships, even when they consciously say they want the opposite. Here's the crazy part. Women who like dangerous or thrilling stuff show even stronger attraction to these darker traits. It's like their deeper mind is drawn to psychological danger the same way people slow down to look at car crashes. But why? For thousands of years, women needed guys who could handle social situations, beat other men in competition, and stay confident under pressure. Nice guys who ask permission and share their feelings. They get eaten alive in a world where being tough and getting resources matter. Now, those secret tests we talked about earlier make perfect sense. She's not testing if you're nice. She already thinks you are. She's testing if you're strong enough to handle her when she's being difficult, confident enough to lead when she's emotional, and secure enough that you won't fall for her tests. Studies on long-term relationships found something interesting. Women were happier when their guys showed some of these darker traits. Just enough edge to pass the tests, but not so much that it became actually harmful. And remember that beautiful lie from the beginning? She really believes she wants the nice, talkative guy, because that's what her thinking mind says is right. But her attraction system, the one that actually controls who she chooses, is looking for signs of strength, mystery, and emotional control. The question isn't whether you should become a jerk or a psychopath. The question is, do you understand what her deeper mind is really looking for when it's checking you out? Now, here's where this gets really uncomfortable. Those dark attraction patterns we just exposed, they're not just in her head. They're built into her body in ways that literally change what she finds attractive from week to week. Scientists studying women's monthly cycles discovered something that changes everything. During the first half of her cycle, her hormones make her feel confident, happy, and social. During the follicular phase, from menstruation to ovulation, rising estrogen levels boost serotonin production, making women feel confident, optimistic, and socially engaged. But here's the crazy part. Right in the middle of her cycle, when she's most fertile, women feel most attractive themselves and are drawn to dominant, risk-taking guys. Then everything flips. During the second half, different hormones take over, progesterone rises while estrogen crashes, making her moody and irritable. But get this, studies show women actually like their current boyfriends more during this time, but they're less interested in meeting new guys altogether. Remember those secret tests? Now they make sense biologically. Her brain is literally running different programs depending on where she is in her monthly cycle. When she's fertile, she's checking you out for strong genes and dominance. When she's not, she's looking at you for loyalty and being a good partner. But here's what blew my mind. Women don't understand these shifts. During certain times of the month, women feel less attracted to their boyfriends and think it's because of relationship problems. They don't realize their body chemistry has literally changed what turns them on. And remember that beautiful lie from the beginning? It gets deeper. Women usually tell you what they want when they're not in their fertile time, when their logical brain is in control, but their actual choices, those happen all month long, including when their body's attraction system is calling the shots. Studies show that being in love hits the same brain areas as being addicted to drugs. But these brain chemicals go up and down with her monthly cycle, meaning her ability to feel that intense attraction literally changes on a schedule she can't control. So when she says, "I don't know what I want anymore," or "something feels different," she's not being confusing. She's dealing with her logical mind fighting against her body's reality. The question is, do you understand you're dealing with biology, not just feelings? So now you understand the biology driving her behavior, which brings us to the most dangerous lie sold to men everywhere. Just communicate better, and everything will work out. Here's the brutal truth. Focusing on talking and empathy actually makes things worse a lot of the time. When researchers followed couples who tried to communicate more, many said they were less happy over time. Why? Why? Because you're trying to use logic to solve biological problems. Remember those monthly cycles we just discussed? When her hormones crash and she's biologically programmed to feel less attracted, sitting down for a deep conversation doesn't magically fix her body chemistry. It's like trying to cure hunger by talking about food. You can discuss recipes all you want, but until you actually eat something, your body is still going to want food. Men who kept some mystery and emotional distance actually kept women more attracted than guys who shared everything and talked constantly. Think about those darker traits. Part of what makes them attractive isn't just being tough, it's the mystery. When you're an open book, always sharing your feelings and asking about hers, you're killing the tension that keeps attraction alive. Studies show that mystery triggers brain chemicals in her head, the same ones linked to addiction. But when you show all your cards, those chemicals stop flowing. The chase ends. The attraction dies. Now, here's the part that's going to make relationship experts mad. Emotional distance, when done right, actually keeps you mentally healthy while keeping her interested. Nietzsche shows that men who keep their own emotional center are happier and get tested less. Remember those secret checks? When you're always available emotionally, always ready to talk about feelings, you're failing a test you don't even know is happening. Her deeper mind sees this as weakness, not kindness. But here's the important part. This isn't about being mean or fake. It's about understanding that attraction works differently than caring. You can care deeply about someone while still keeping the space that makes attraction work. The question is, are you ready to forget everything you've been told about relationships and start working with how women actually work instead of against it? So we've broken down everything you thought you knew about women and relationships. But here's the real question. What do you do with this knowledge? The answer isn't to become a manipulative psychopath or start treating women like science experiments. The answer is putting it all together. Integration. Understanding that real power comes from knowing yourself, not from trying to control her deeper mind. Men who understand these hidden patterns but focus on improving themselves are the happiest. Why? Because when you stop trying to figure her out and start becoming genuinely confident, mysterious, and emotionally strong, You naturally pass those secret tests we talked about. Think about it. Remember those darker traits that create attraction? The healthy versions aren't about games, they're about self-respect, real confidence that doesn't need her approval, smart thinking that protects your energy, emotional strength that doesn't break under pressure. Studies show something deep. When you accept the parts of yourself you've been taught to hide, your toughness, your boundaries, your masculine side, you become naturally attractive instead of faking it. And here's the beautiful twist. When you stop desperately trying to make her happy through talking and being extra nice, when you keep your own center while still caring about her, something amazing happens. Those monthly cycles we talked about, they start working for you instead of against you. The woman who was secretly testing your strength suddenly feels safe to be feminine. The hormone changes that used to create drama become natural rhythms you can handle together. That beautiful lie she was telling herself about wanting the nice guy, it turns into real appreciation for a man who gets her on levels she didn't even know existed. But here's the key insight that changes everything. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming who you actually are underneath all the stuff that taught you to hide your natural masculine side. Research shows that when both people can be their real selves, including the parts that aren't nice, they create connections that satisfy both what they think they want and what they actually need. The ultimate truth? She doesn't need you to save her from her own mind. She needs you to understand it, respect it, and be strong enough to work with it. That's when relationships stop being about trying to fix each other and start being about two complete people choosing to grow together. So let me ask you again. Have you ever had a woman tell you she wants one thing, then consistently choose the exact opposite? She tells you she wants someone who cares, someone consistent, someone who shows up, and then she chooses the guy who doesn't give a damn. But now you understand the truth. She's not choosing the opposite. She's operating from two minds at once. Her conscious mind genuinely wants safety and kindness. Her unconscious mind is testing for strength and mystery. Both are real. Both are true. The contradiction was never her confusion. It was your incomplete understanding. This changes everything about how you approach relationships. Stop trying to decode her contradictions. Start becoming the man who naturally satisfies both her conscious desires and unconscious needs. Authentic confidence, strategic mystery, emotional strength. These aren't manipulation tactics. They're the integrated masculine qualities that create genuine attraction while building real connection. Here's a question that only makes sense now. If both her minds are telling the truth, what does that say about the hidden forces controlling your own behavior? Think about that. Really think about it. If this circular revelation shifted how you see relationships, you're ready for deeper truths. Subscribe to Join Thinkers who understand that reality operates in circles, not straight lines. The circle is complete, but the spiral never ends.